Now, in this chapter of wave optics, first we have seen the two types of optics: ray optics or geometrical optics, and wave optics or physical optics. Then we have seen the nature of the light. We have started for nature of light. The first nature was suggested by Moseley, that light travels in the form of particle. Newton developed this theory. Newton gave the name, Latin word corpuscle, to this particle. So it is called as the Newton's corpuscular theory. Newton assumed some properties of corpuscle, and he has given explanation of all the phenomena known at that time in 17th century. But that explanation is not applicable nowadays, and therefore this theory was discarded. सध्या आपण ती थिअरी यूज करत नाही, फक्त हिस्ट्री म्हणून आपण एक सिलेबसमध्ये बघितलेली. नाव द सेकंड नेचर ऑफ लाईट वॉज suggested by Huygens, and it is the wave nature. So this is the second type of nature we are going to consider, B. Wave nature of light. So the name, the title itself suggests that here propagation of light is considered in the form of waves. So Huygens has suggested this theory, and it was further modified or corrected by Maxwell. So actually this wave theory starts from Huygens and it is completed by Maxwell. Huygens to Maxwell हा जर्नी आपल्याला स्टडी करायचा आहे. हलका. So first we will consider the Huygens wave theory. Huygens wave theory. Of light. So again, like Newton, Huygens has assumed some assumptions. Postulates of Huygens wave theory. Huygens wave theory. So first assumption is like this. Very first assumption is like this. According to Huygens, he is a Dutch physicist. According to Huygens, light travels in the form of waves. Light travels in the form of waves. Like this. Now, why Huygens assumed the wave nature? The reason is very simple. So, I will show a simple experiment. I will give a simple experiment. This experiment has two advantages. Why particle nature is wrong and why wave nature is possible for light. Both parts can be explained by using this simple experiment, and it can be done anywhere because it is a very simple experiment. The experiment is like this. This is a hollow box. Here there are two holes, hole H1, hole H2. This bottom surface is a ग्लास प्लेट. हे तो बॉक्स याच्या सारखा आहे. इथे वरती दोन होल केलेले, होल नंबर 1, होल नंबर 2, आणि हा सरफेस जो इथे ग्लास प्लेट लावली आतून तो हॉलो आहे. सो इट इज अ हॉलो बॉक्स. द टॉप surface has two hole H1 and H2 and this bottom surface is a glass plate. So this is a glass plate. It is a transparent glass plate like this. Now the experiment is very simple. Suppose on this side the source of light S1 is kept here. So what will happen? From this source, rays of light will travel in different directions. So out of this number of rays of light, we will consider one ray passing through hole H1, hole H1 like this. So join S1 and H1. So these corpuscles, these ray of light travel in this direction, and therefore here we will get the image I1. तर ह्या H1 होलची इमेज आपल्याला I1 पोझिशनला मिळेल. खालून जर आपण बघितलं तर अशी सर्क्युलर होलची इमेज आपल्याला मिळेल इथे. नाउ one more source is kept here, H2. So again the rays of light starting from this will pass through hole H2 and they will form the image I2. So I1 is the image of hole H1, I2 is the image of hole H2. Why we get this position? Because ray of light means it is a straight line path. म्हणून आपण काय केलं, S1 आणि H1 जॉईन केलं की I1 इमेज आपल्याला मिळेल, S2 आणि H2 जॉईन केलं की I2 इमेज मिळेल. सो I1 is the image form of the whole H1, I2 is the image form of the whole H2 on the bottom glass plate like this. This is a simple experiment. Anyone can perform this simple experiment. Take a hollow box. This top surface has two holes and bottom surface is like this glass plate. So these are two holes. So source S1 is here. So light from S1 will pass through hole and its image will be obtained here. So I1 and I2 are the images of hole H1 and H2 respectively. Practically the images are like this. Now if we consider Newton's corpuscular theory, if we consider that Newton's corpuscular theory is correct, then what will happen? In this direction some corpuscles are moving, in this direction some corpuscles particles are moving, and these particles cross, these particles collide each other at point P. So now these are the two stream of particles and they are traveling in this direction, they are inclined with each other. ह्या दोघी पार्टिकलमध्ये कोलिजन होते. हे कोलिजन हेड ऑन कोलिजन नाही. हेड ऑन कोलिजन म्हणजे दोघी पार्टिकल अलॉंग द स्ट्रेट लाईन होतात, एकाच डायरेक्शनने किंवा ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शनने, त्याला हेड ऑन कोलिजन होतात. हे इन्क्लाइन कोलिजन आहे. द टू पार्टिकल्स, द टू बॉडीज आर मूव्हिंग inclined with each other. They are not parallel, they are not anti-parallel. like this. Their path is different. They are inclined to each other at some angle. So if we consider the particle nature, then they will collide. And we know the theory of collision. In inclined elastic collision, after collision, definitely the direction of the two moving body will change. म्हणजे जर आपण पार्टिकल नेचर कन्सिडर केलं तर या डायरेक्शन येणार आहे कॉर्पस्कल पी पॉईंटला इन्क्लाइन इलेक्ट्रिक कोलिजन आलं तर ते या डायरेक्शन जाणार नाही. तर ह्या H1 होलची इमेज I1 ला नको मिळायला पाहिजे. If we consider the particle nature correct as a correct theory, then this image of hole H1 will not be at I1 but it will be somewhere here. The image of I2 will not be here but it will be somewhere. आणि I1 I2 पोझिशनला H1 H2च्या इमेजेस आपल्याला मिळायला नको पाहिजे. कोलिजनची थेरी फक्त आपण यूज केलेली. फ्रॉम S1 and H2 these are the two stream of particle passing through the hole H1 and H2. They collide each other at point P. So these are particles, these are bodies, and they are traveling in direction, making some angle, not parallel, not anti-parallel, not linear. So this is the inclined collision. And during this elastic collision, what will happen? Their direction will change. So this corpuscle will not move along PI1, but they will move in some other direction. So the image of H1 will not be formed at I1, but it will be somewhere here. The image of H2 will not be formed at I2, but it will be somewhere here. Practically, the images are always obtained at I1 and I2 as shown in my figure. प्रॉब्लेम आला लक्षात. जर पार्टिकल नेचर कन्सिडर केलं आपण तर H1 होलची इमेज इथे नको मिळायला पाहिजे, H2 होलची इमेज इथे नको मिळायला पाहिजे. प्रॅक्टिकली इमेजेस आपल्याला इथेच मिळतात. याचा अर्थ काय आहे? लाईट इज नॉट ए स्ट्रीम ऑफ पार्टिकल. इफ लाईट इज ए पार्टिकल, light has particle nature, then this image I1 is not formed here, it will be somewhere. The image I2 is not formed, it will be somewhere at other point. So particle nature is wrong. एक्सपेरिमेंटचा हा फर्स्ट पार्ट झाला. जर H1 ची इमेज I1 लाच मिळत असेल, H2 ची इमेज I2 लाच मिळत असेल तर पार्टिकल थिअरी रॉंग आहे. कारण H1 H2 च्या इमेजेस I1 I2 ला नको मिळायला पाहिजे कोलिजन थिअरीप्रमाणे. चालू मग पार्टिकल नेचर तर फेल झालं. मग वेव्ह नेचर का आपण ॲक्शन केलं? व्हाय वेव्ह नेचर? व्हाय हाय? तर न्यूटनच्या पिरियडपासून वेव्हबद्दल, लॉन्जिट्युडिनल वेव्ह, ट्रान्सव्हर्स वेव्ह, त्याचे टाईप्स, त्याच्या कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक माहिती होत्या. तर वेव्हच्या रिलेशनमध्ये एक प्रिन्सिपल आहे. त्या प्रिन्सिपलचे दोन पार्ट आहे. प्रिन्सिपल ऑफ सुपरपोजिशन ऑफ वेव्ह. त्यातला फक्त फर्स्ट पार्ट मी इथे एक्सप्लेन करणार. प्रिन्सिपल ऑफ सुपरपोजिशन ऑफ waves. So the principle states like this: when first part of the statement, first part of the statement, when two or more waves, maybe light waves, maybe sound waves, maybe longitudinal, maybe transverse waves. When two or more waves superimpose means cross, superimpose or cross each other at a point, then what is the important part? Then they travel, or you can say like this: then each wave travels along its own direction, independent of other waves, travels along its own direction means before crossing and after crossing, the direction of the wave remains the same. Before crossing and after crossing, the direction of the waves remains the same. So please check this statement. The first part of the statement is when two or more waves superimpose or cross each other at a point, then each wave travels along its own direction independent of the other wave. So remaining wave has no effect on its direction of propagation. So in this case, what is happening? This is the source S1. So one wave is traveling in this direction. This is the source S2. Other wave is traveling in this direction. So this is wave number 1, wave number 2, and they cross each other. So P is a point of crossing. So before and after crossing the point P, the direction remains the same. Before and after crossing the point P, the direction of the wave number 2 is remaining same, and therefore the whole H1 will have image at I1. The whole H2 has the image form at I2. म्हणजे S1 ची इमेज आपल्याला I1 लाच मिळते, H2 ची इमेज I2 ला मिळते. So whole H1 has image I1 because these waves are traveling along the straight line path. So wave travels along their own direction means before crossing the point P and after crossing the point P, the direction remains the same. Whatever may be the other waves. या बाकीच्या वेव्हचं डायरेक्शन काही काय असेल त्याचा इफेक्ट या पहिल्या वेव्हच्या डायरेक्शनवर होणार नाही. सो अदर वेव्स हॅज नो इफेक्ट ऑन द प्रोपोगेशन ऑफ द फर्स्ट वेव. सेकंड वेव हॅज नो इफेक्ट ऑफ अदर वेव्स. सो बिफोर क्रॉसिंग अँड आफ्टर क्रॉसिंग द पॉइंट each wave has its own direction. तर हे प्रिन्सिपल सॉन्ग वेव्हसाठी माहिती होतं न्यूटनच्या पिरियडपासून, हायगेनच्या अगोदर सुद्धा. तर हायगेनने हा रिझल्ट इथे यूज केला. सो फ्रॉम S1 वी गेट फर्स्ट लाईट वेव, फ्रॉम S2 वी गेट सेकंड लाईट वेव. These two light waves pass through H1 and H2 and they form the immediate I1 and I2 because of this principle. And therefore, this is a simple experiment. So experiment has two advantages. One, why particle theory is wrong and why we consider the wave nature. तो wave nature हायगेनला का ॲक्शन करावं लागलं तर हा प्रिन्सिपलचा पार्ट आहे त्याच्यामध्ये. When number of waves cross each other at a point, each wave travels along its own direction. There is no effect of other waves, other crossing waves, superimposing waves on the direction of propagation. बाकीच्या वेव्हचा इफेक्ट होतो पण तो ह्या पी पॉईंटच्या डिस्प्लेसमेंटचा होतो. तर ते सेकंड पार्टमध्ये आपण तो पार्ट बघणार आहोत. या प्रिन्सिपलचा तो सेकंड पार्ट आहे तो आपल्याला ह्या चॅप्टरमध्ये नंतर बघायचा आहे. तर एक्सपेरिमेंट मी पुन्हा सांगतो थोडक्यात. It is a very important and simple experiment. So see the experimental arrangement. This is a hollow box. The top surface is having two holes H1 and H2. The bottom surface is a transparent glass plate. Now one source of light like a torch is kept here. So from this source S1, the light will pass through the hole H1 and the image of hole H1 is formed at I1. Another source H2 is kept here. So light from H2, second source, will pass through the hole H2 and the image of hole H2 is formed at I2 practically. Now, if we consider particle nature, then some particles are traveling in this direction, some corpuscles are traveling in this direction. At point P, they will collide. So this collision is an inclined elastic collision, and therefore, according to the theory of collision, inclined collision. After collision at point P, the direction of the two bodies, the direction of the two stream of particle will definitely change. And due to the change in direction, the image of H1 should not be formed at I1. The image of H2 should not be formed at I2, but these two images should be at somewhere. Practically, always we get the image of H1 at I1, image of H2 at I2, and therefore light is not traveling in the form of corpuscle. If corpuscular theory is assumed correct, then this image of I1 should be somewhere, not at this point. Image of I2 will be somewhere, not at this point. So practically we are observing the images at I1 and I2, therefore particle nature of light is wrong. हा एक्सपेरिमेंटचा फर्स्ट पार्ट झाला. Now why we assume the wave nature? Why Huygens has assumed wave nature? The reason is very simple. At the time of Newton, at the time of Huygens, the types of the wave, longitudinal transfers, etc., their characteristics were known to all. So this is the well-known principle of superposition of waves. This is the only first part of this statement. What is the statement? When two or more waves superimpose or cross each other at a point, then each wave travels along its own direction independent of other waves. It means that after crossing the point P, there is no change in the direction. Before crossing the point P, after crossing the point P, the direction of each wave remains the same. So wave number 1 starting from S1 and passing through H1 is traveling in this direction, so it will continue its direction, and therefore image I1 is formed. The second wave number 2 from H2 will pass through the hole H2. After crossing the point P, it will continue its own direction, therefore its image is formed at I2, like this. So the images of hole H1 and H2 remains at I1 and I2 because the light is a wave. So light has wave nature and not particle nature. So this is the simple experiment. So now we are going to use the wave nature of light. So this is the second type of nature that we are going to assume. So remember the importance of this simple experiment. Why particle nature is wrong and why we assume the wave nature, this is the simple reason. So this principle we are going to study in sound section also, superposition of waves. आपलं फिजिक्स मधला चॅप्टर नंबर 6 जो आहे त्याचा टायटलच आहे सुपरपोजिशन ऑफ वेव्ज. तिथे आपण हे प्रिन्सिपल डिटेलमध्ये बघणार आहोत. लक्षात. सो दिस इज अबाउट द एक्सपेरिमेंट. सो द कन्क्लुजन इज लाईक दिस. सो सेम ऑब्झर्वेशन आर taken very easily for sound waves, and therefore Huygens assumed that light travels in the form of waves, and the nature of the wave assumed by Huygens is a longitudinal wave. So the first point of suggestion by Huygens is this. According to the Huygens, light wave travels in the form of longitudinal wave. So we know the properties of the transverse and longitudinal wave. The wave in which the particles of the medium vibrate perpendicular, it is called the transverse wave, and the wave in which the particles vibrate parallel to the wave motion is called the longitudinal wave. So Huygens assumed that light is a longitudinal wave, like sound wave. Sound waveच्या बऱ्याच प्रॉपर्टीज त्या पिरियडमध्ये पण नोन होतात, एक्सपेरिमेंटली व्हेरीफाय केलेल्या होत्या. सो दिस इज द सजेशन, फर्स्ट असेम्पशन. According to the Huygens, light travels in the form of longitudinal waves. Now, once by assuming this longitudinal wave nature, Huygens has given some other assumptions like this. Second, different colors of light. Different colors of light are due to different wavelengths So this is the correct explanation. Last year we have seen that the different wavelengths are responsible to produce the different colors of the light. That is called as the dispersion. Cauchy's relation we have used for solving problem also. So this is the second suggestion. Now the third suggestion was like this. Third suggestion. Since material medium is necessary for the propagation of longitudinal waves. Longitudinal waves. Therefore, Huygens assumed the existence of hypothetical means imaginary hypothetical luminiferous all pervading hypothetical luminiferous all pervading ether medium and this ether medium ला काही प्रॉपर्टी असली पाहिजे. The ether medium should possess elasticity. या वेव्हची नेसेसरी कंडिशन आहे. Elasticity, inertia, for wave propagation, these two properties are necessary for the medium. Transparency, so that light can pass through them. Transparency and zero density means it is almost weightless, like this. So the medium assumed is imaginary, hypothetical, luminiferous, all pervading, and this medium should possess the property like elasticity, inertia, transparency and zero density, like this. So why this medium was assumed? The reason is very simple. So why ether medium was assumed by Huygens? The reason is this experiment. Bell jar experiment. You might be knowing from high school level. The experiment is very simple. This is the surface of table. This is a glass jar kept inverted. This surface of table has a hole and a tube is joined here, like this. And here there is a This experiment has so this tube is open. So force of the solution. T. When the tube T is open, there is medium inside the jar. When bell rings, we hear sound outside the jar. When the bell rings, then we hear the sound outside the jar. This is first part. Second observation. आता इथे आपण हा व्हॅक्यूम पंप कनेक्ट केला. Vacuum pump. When tube T is connected to vacuum pump, now there is no medium inside the jar. When the bell rings, no sound from bell is heard. Why? Because there is no medium. So what is the conclusion? There is a medium, we hear the sound. There is no medium, we cannot hear the sound. So material is medium. Material medium is necessary for the propagation of sound waves, for the propagation of longitudinal waves. आपल्याला माहिती की मूनच्या सरफेसवर कोणत्या प्रकारचं ॲटमॉस्फिअर नाही. No medium on the surface of moon. Therefore, the astronaut cannot hear their companion on the surface of moon. The reason is this. So material medium is necessary. So conclusion is like this. Conclusion. Material medium is necessary for propagation of sound waves, that is longitudinal waves. Sound waves are longitudinal waves. We know this property. तर हा जो कन्क्लुजन आहे, हा कन्क्लुजन इथे अप्लाय केलेला आहे. Since material medium is necessary for the propagation of longitudinal wave, I can assume that there exists hypothetical luminiferous all-pervading ether medium, and this ether medium should possess the elasticity. So this existence of ether medium, hypothetical luminiferous and all-pervading ether medium between Sun and Earth. Between Sun and Earth. So this is the planet Sun, this is the planet Earth, and the whole space is filled with the ether medium. Hypothetical means imaginary. ॲक्च्युली हा हायगेन्सच्या थेअरीचा एक ड्रॉबॅक झाला, कारण या मीडियमचं एक्झिस्टन्स हायगेनला प्रूव्ह करता आलं नाही. हायपोथेटिकल मीन्स इमॅजिनरी. ल्युमिनिफेरस मीन्स transparent. Light can pass through it. Transparent. And all pervading means it exists everywhere. All pervading means it exists everywhere in the universe. Everywhere in the universe. Whole universe is occupied by this type of medium, like this. So it is not only between Earth and Sun, but it is also present between Sun and other planets revolving around it, like this. So these are the assumption. So why the ether medium was assumed? This is the simple reason, like this. Next assumption. When light waves are incident on retina of eye, we get sensation of light. We get sensation of light. So the light is filled because of this. Now this theory has certain merits or advantages of Huygens wave theory. Huygens wave theory. First, Huygens theory can explain satisfactorily the phenomena like reflection, interference, diffraction, dispersion, double refraction, etc. तर याच्यापैकी या चॅप्टरमध्ये आपण रिफ्रॅक्शन, इंटरफरन्स, डिफ्रॅक्शन या फेनॉमेना आपण ऑलरेडी प्रूव्ह करणार आहोत डिटेल्समध्ये. पुढचा चॅप्टर वेव ऑप्टिक्सचा जो होतो याच्याशीच रिलेटेड आहे, लक्षात. सो दिस phenomena can be explained satisfactorily, and now it has one more advantage that Huygens theory suggests that speed of light in denser medium is smaller than speed of light in rarer medium. फिजिओचा एक्सपेरिमेंटचा रिझल्ट पण हाच होता. दिस सजेशन agrees with the experimental observations, experimental results about speed of light, and therefore this theory is accepted. Newton's theory was not accepted because Newton's conclusion was exactly opposite and it is wrong. Experimentally it cannot be proved. This result can be verified by anyone, anywhere, even outside the earth, in the space we can verify these results. And therefore Huygens theory has these merits. Now, even though this theory was correct, we have accepted it, but it is partly correct because at that time some other scientists suggested some drawback to this theory, and these drawbacks are removable. Maxwell has removed these drawbacks. So let us see demerits or drawbacks. Demerits or drawbacks of Huygens theory. First drawback: nature of light waves was not explained. फक्त टाइप दिलेला होता, they are longitudinal wave, but nature was not explained. Second, if we consider the wave, then it must have wavelength. So range of wavelength lambda was not given in this theory. Third, existence of ether medium was not proved. Michelson and Morley, this is a pair of scientists, they have performed so many experiments to check the existence of ether medium, but no result is positive. So existence of ether medium was not proven. Michelson and Morley. Michelson and Morley's experiment disproved the existence of ether medium. There is no existence of ether medium. No confirmation was obtained even by number of experiments performed by Michelson and Morley. Then rectilinear propagation and polarization of light. light, or you can give only this. Polarization of light was not explained. Was not explained. So these are the four drawbacks suggested to the Huygens wave theory, and these drawbacks are removable. These drawbacks are removed by Maxwell's theory, and therefore we have to add Maxwell theory. So next we will see the this is the next theory that we are going to see. या theory आपण वेगळं टायटल दिलं नाही, ए बी दोघी वेव्ह नेचर ऑफ लाईट एक्सप्लेन करण्यासाठी. तर हे ड्रॉबॅक रिमूव्ह करण्यासाठी मॅक्सवेलने काहीतरी ॲडिशन केलेली लक्षात. टू इम्प्रूव्ह or you can say correct, to improve Huygens theory, Maxwell added that काय Maxwell's suggestion, light travels in the form of waves. The same suggestion was made by Huygens also. Therefore, this is not a new theory. It is again wave theory, but Huygens has added something. So, light travels in the form of transverse electromagnetic waves whose wavelength ranges from 3600 angstrom unit to nearly 8000 angstrom unit, like this. So this is the suggestion made by Maxwell. Now if we consider this suggestion by Maxwell, transverse electromagnetic wave, so this drawback is removed. Nature of the light wave, it is electromagnetic wave. Range of the wavelength is given 3600 to 8000. So this drawback is also removed. Now, in this chapter we are going to see this polarization phenomena. Polarization phenomena can be explained by considering the transverse nature. So, according to the Maxwell, light is a transverse electromagnetic wave. So, using transverse nature, we can explain polarization of light. And we know that electromagnetic waves can pass through vacuum also. They do not require material medium. They are non-material medium, non-mechanical waves. गेल्या वर्षी आपण क्लासिफिकेशन बघितलेलं आहे, मेकॅनिकल वेव्ज अँड नॉन मेकॅनिकल वेव्ह. नॉन मेकॅनिकल वेव्हमध्ये इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक वेव्ह, आणि मेकॅनिकल वेव्ज म्हणजे ट्रान्सवर्स वेव्ज आणि लॉन्जिट्युडनल वेव्ज. तर ह्या इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक वेव्ह कॅन पास थ्रू द वॅक्यूम, देअरफॉर इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी टू अश्युम द एक्झिस्टन्स ऑफ ईथर मीडियम. सो दिस ड्रॉबॅक इज ऑल्सो रिमूव्ड. सो ऑल दिस ड्रॉबॅक्स आर रिमूव्ड. सो ट्रान्सवर्स नेचर, transverse nature of wave explains polarization. Polarization of light. second advantage. Electromagnetic waves can propagate, can travel through vacuum also. Medium असलं तरी चालतं, vacuum also. Therefore, no necessity of existence of ether medium. Existence of ether medium. Ether medium like this. So these drawbacks are removed, and therefore wave theory was started by Huygens, and completed by Maxwell. So this is the conclusion. Huygens to Maxwell, this is called as the wave theory. So wave theory of light, it explains so many phenomena of light. So what are the advantages of this wave theory? Wave theory of light started by Huygens and completed by Maxwell. Wave theory of light can explain rectilinear propagation, a reflection, a refraction, interference, diffraction, polarization, double refraction, dispersion, etc. So this is the merit of the wave theory. Wave theory started by Huygens and completed by Maxwell, and it is able to explain all these phenomena. But even wave theory is able to explain so many phenomena, it has some drawback. So what are the drawbacks of wave theory that we are to see? So we will see these drawbacks next time.